Now, after 13 seasons and more than 1,500 episodes of The Wendy Williams Show, her reign is coming to an end.
Here's our special guest host, Sherri.
Producers announced Sherri Shepherd will be taking over the time slot and getting her own show this.
Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of Vibes. We talk about talk show host Wendy Williams. Her show is coming to an end after 14 seasons and she's being replaced by Sherri Shepherd. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag #ViralHereOnConnect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on Vibes. Talk about Wendy Williams being replaced by Sherri Shepherd. Yes, Wendy Williams. We've been talking about it recently. She had a recent sighting that she was looking okay, doing okay, but to no avail. She still hasn't returned to her talk show to start her season. But after season 14, we know that it's been confirmed. Wendy Williams and her show will be ending after 14 seasons after Sherri Shepherd has been a notable guest host and more oil like Leah Remedy, Jerry Springer, and many others, to name a few, Terrence J, and a lot of few. Let's look back at how Sherri Shepherd broke the news that she will replace Wendy Williams, and she had this heartfelt message to say to Wendy. Take a look.
Y'all, I'm just kidding. I am just kidding. I'm not getting married. I know, let me tell you something. All the bridesmaids in my last wedding just stopped in their tracks screaming, no more. No, it's not quite a wedding, but it is good news because starting in September, I am debuting my own talk show, Sherri! Oh my goodness. Woo! Thank you. Oh my gosh. I am so excited because I am going to be joining the Debmar Mercury family. That is the company that produces this show and several others that you love. Hey, Nick. So I am so excited because when I started in this business, I have always wanted to do a talk show. Even before I joined The View in 2007, when I was like 3, I had a microphone and my teddy bears in a chair, and I just came out of my mother's womb talking. And 2007, I shot a pilot for a talk show in 2004 that never saw the light of day. And about 4 years ago, I started telling God, I said, Lord, I want a talk show. I want my own talk show. And you know how God works. Turn to your neighbor on your right and say, won't he do it? Turn to the neighbor on your left and say, won't he will? There we go. And so I do want to say there have been all of these crazy stories online about me replacing Wendy. And I am here to tell you that that is not true because no one can replace the queen. Nobody. And trust me, I am not trying to at all. It is Wendy's place to share her story with you. But I do want to give the queen her props and her flowers because Wendy had a legendary career in radio. And this show was specifically crafted for her. No one can do this format but Wendy. When you talk about yes. Nobody can sit in a purple chair and sip the tea like Wendy Williams. Because when you talk about the greatest talk shows of all time, Oprah Winfrey, Phil Donahue, Ricky Lake, The View, Montel Williams, you have got to mention the Wendy Williams Show. You do not understand how hard it is to do 13 years of sitting in a chair and talking hot topics. Wendy's unique brand of shade and her shoe cam. And for the diehard fans, you remember the bubblegum wall? Wendy Williams created a unique brand that folks are always going to love and talk about. But I am so excited for you to go on this Sherri Show journey with me this September. I am so excited.
You saw right there, Sherri Shepherd will be replacing Wendy Williams this fall with her new talk show, rebranded called Sherri. The Wendy Williams show will be coming to an end, and many people are still wondering what's Wendy Williams' next move going to be. Like I said, Wendy Williams carved the niche in daytime TV, being different like others before her, like how Oprah was, how Phil Donahue was, like Dr. Phil, Ellen, and all them. So we know a notable few who are leaving, like Ellen and Wendy Williams are leaving. We know Steve Harvey tried to get himself in the bag, and Tyra Banks and a lot others. But, you know, Wendy Williams carved a path by just with gossip, entertainment, and pop culture. She was giving you hot topics. So she left her mark in the world of daytime TV. Well, Wendy Williams had this message right here that she's saying that she doesn't believe she hasn't talked to her PR people about it yet. But PR people was trying to do the spin, and Wendy Williams wasn't having that. So we know how that goes. But we know Wendy Williams will live on. A lot of people saying what's next for Wendy Williams. Who knows? Could she do a podcast? It's only time will tell. All right, let's hear what you people had to say about Wendy Williams leaving her daytime talk show after 14 seasons and Sherri Shepherd being the new host and making her own show called Sherri. Let's take a look at what you said and what the people say reaction.
Half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, time to climb the morning show. Hey, it is 6 after the hour, y'all. This segment is being brought to you by Charmin. That's right, tune in to More Than That with Gia Peppers, wherever you listen to podcasts. Brought to you by Charmin. Enjoy the go. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. They're saying that the transition is being subtle and gradual, y'all. What am I talking about? That's the Wendy Williams show transition into the new host, Sherri Shepherd show. Now, they're being reported, y'all. Source is claiming that the execs and the producers, y'all, are being very smart and strategic in how Sherri will take over, y'all, from the Ellen Daytime Diva, who has been seeking help, y'all, for a variety of health reasons and health issues. Now, the Wendy Williams show, y'all, they say it's going to slow, they don't want to upset nobody. They don't want to upset the viewers, y'all. They don't want to upset Wendy, allegedly, y'all. They don't want anybody to be upset, y'all, during this transition, because there's so many stories out about this show, about Wendy Williams leaving the show and Sherri Shepherd taking on the show. Now, they're saying that. Now, I read one source that said it was supposed to happen in June. Then there was another source said that it was going to happen in September. Yeah. But they say Sherri will have to balance making the show her own while also winning over Wendy's diehard fans. Now, they started explaining. Now, Sherri, y'all, they say she has to walk a tightrope between being her own woman and respecting what Wendy has accomplished. They expect no major changes, y'all, to the show itself. They said they want everything to feel familiar. Now, over the few next weeks, y'all, they're saying Sherri. Oh, yeah. They said Sherri will reach out to Wendy's fans. Now, they said she wants to invite them along on this next chapter. They're saying you'll see the fan events with Sherri. They're going to do Zoom calls, and she's going to FaceTime the viewers. Now, as the Sun previously reported, y'all, one insider said that Sherri's role as permanent guest host is in name only, so as not, y'all, to upset the fans, honey. And it goes on and on and on. So, you know, I talked to Sherri. I work with her on Dish Nation, and, you know, but she can't say much. You know, she just smiles.
She's still doing both?
Yeah, yes.
Wow.
Miss Shepherd, honey, she's still doing both of them, honey. So she, but this week she's going to be on Wendy Williams. She's going to be doing Wendy Williams, and she's not going to be doing Dish Nation this week. But, yeah, she's still doing both of them as of now.
Yeah, the thing about it is, Gary, you know, it's a fine line between you know, trying to get that show, keep the show going. And the thing about it is we all have to just look at it. You know, if somebody is sick or unable to do the show must go on. Like with any show. You know, if a comedian gets sick or whatever, you have to get a comedian to come in, and that comedian might not perform today, but you just can't not do the show. And the comedian have to come on and do the best job he can to win over the fans that actually came there to see the other comedian. And, you know, I get the part about not changing the set, keeping everything familiar and all that, and trying not to ruffle too many feathers. But at some point, we hope that she get better. We pray that she get better, but she been out for months.
Yeah.
Months on top of months. And, it comes to a point where, if she come back and then if she gets sick again because it's been in and out, in and out. So, you know what I'm saying? You have to get somebody to start looking at people's situation and their health to figure out, can they do it? If she can do it, then, at some point she come back and continue to do it, in good health and, do her show.
Yeah.
But if she can't do it and she's not healthy, then, I would just say, let somebody else do it and just start to slowly create a new environment. And then when Wendy gets well, she could always do something else because she still have her name and her brand.
Exactly.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, and that's what they were saying. They said, because honey, if she didn't come back doing the show, they said, hell, she could start a podcast and make a killing. So they said she could do a podcast. So she do a podcast, it'll be just as good, and then she won't have to worry about editing what she have to say. She can say what she wants. So, so that's what they're talking about. So we're gonna follow that story.
I miss you. I miss you a lot.
In other Wendy Williams news, her son still has me blocked on Instagram. I don't know what I did. I'm just here to report the news. I don't want no smoke with nobody. We reported here in November that the 57-year-old daytime talk show host was suffering from the early signs of dementia. It was also reported that at the time, Wendy was unable to walk on her own due to poor blood circulation. Since then, we've seen Wendy, in true Wendy fashion, might I add, coming out of a Miami Wellness Center alongside her driver, and to our surprise, her son was also on hand. At the time, it was reported that he, little Kev, had turned his back on his mom, and Wendy had no one to turn to. Late last week, her and her son shared a video to Instagram, her brand new Instagram, by the way. The show producers said they had been trying to get a hold of Wendy for months to post the video to her fans. They said that they were even willing to fly down to Florida from New York to record and edit and post the video for Wendy, and they could not get a hold of her. Wendy allegedly lost access to the Wendy Show Instagram, and that's why she started her own Instagram this past week, and her son posted a video. I did not want to waste y'all time with that video. That video, to me, is just as old as the phone that Kevin Hunter had her hiding when she was inside the rehab facility. I'm just here to report the news. I don't want no smoke with nobody. Wendy will be 58 this July. In that video, she said she was 56 years old twice. She also said that she was in Miami in the South Florida area with her mama, her daddy, her brother, and her sister. Now, if you know, like I know, sad to report, but her mom passed away late December of 2020. I'm just here to report the news. I don't want no smoke with nobody. I don't know if she ever come to grips with it. They also say that the girl trying to get back with Kevin Hunter. Wendy, what is going on? Now, it's being reported that Sherri Shepherd is set to announce this week that she is taking over once the Wendy Williams show is canceled come June. Now, we spoke with Wendy's brother Tommy about Sherri Shepherd stepping in, and here's what he had to say. The show just announced today, just right before we got on this interview, that Sherri Shepherd is going to finish out the year. What are your thoughts on Sherri filling in for Wendy?
Sherri filling in for Wendy? Well, I think that, from what I've heard, you could hold a smile real good. I could tell you could hold and laugh nicely. So from what I've heard, she's good. Now I haven't.
It's great. I love her.
Show.
Love her on the show. Yeah.
Yeah. Sherri Shepherd's good. Good energy and all like that. So yeah. It's good.
And last question, has Wendy said anything about Sherri hosting or any of the hosts? Has she gave any insight or how she feels about it?
No. She's just thankful that everything is still just, even keel during her absence.
We're just going to hope and pray that Wendy really gets it together. Now, we heard about the drunken escapades when they were taping from home and how she was drunk and reportedly masturbating in front of her manager and her staff, and they had to run down to the concierge desk and call 911, and the fire department came and the police came and she had to be rushed to the hospital. Probably euthanized. Well, let me not say that. I'm going to just hit a report the news, Wendy. I don't want no smoke. But this is sad. This has been sad. These reports have been swirling in and out of the media since 2017, 2018, when she was dealing with all the infidelity with this now ex-husband of hers. And people keep saying that she lost her husband. She didn't lose him. He lost her, but she's just still trying to deal with it. In my honest opinion, I'm just here to report the news. I don't want the smoke. Kev, unblock me. I ain't do nothing to you. I just reported the news. Like the Shade Room, like the Jasmine brand, like TMZ. You got them blocked?
Hey, Sherri, good morning. And we know Wendy Williams has a rabid fan following. They've been with her for decades, and they don't just love her for her take on hot topics, but they also love her because of her openness, whether she's talking about her divorce, she's talking about substance abuse, sobriety, her health issues. Well, her season, the new season of her show, started in October. She actually hasn't been on it a single time, and now comes official word that she's not coming back. Self-proclaimed queen of all media, Wendy Williams has ruled in daytime talk for more than a decade.
How you doing?
Now, after 13 seasons and more than 1,500 episodes of the Wendy Williams Show, her reign is coming to an end.
Here's our special guest host, Sherri Shepherd.
Producers announced Sherri Shepherd will be taking over the time slot and getting her own show this fall.
Please tell your families, tell your friends, tell your aunties and them that there's a new girl on the block.
Shepherd has been part of a rotating list of guest hosts filling in for Williams,
How you doing?
who's reportedly been sidelined due to complications from her Graves' disease and thyroid condition. A rep for Williams says that while it's been a challenging time for Wendy as she deals with her health issues, she understands why this decision was made from a business point of view and has been assured that should her health get to a point where she can host again, she would be back on TV at that time. The daytime host was seen in this video she posted last week walking along a Florida beach with her son.
I'm doing okay, you know? I mean, everybody's got issues, don't we? I want to be all I can be and then get back to New York and get on down with the Wendy Williams Show.
The announcement about her show comes amid ongoing concern over Williams' well-being. The 57-year-old is accusing Wells Fargo of denying her access to her own financial accounts. According to legal documents, Williams says she is at risk of defaulting on several billing and financial obligations, including, but not limited to, mortgage payments and employee payroll. But the bank says they requested a conservatorship for the talk show host because they believe she is the victim of undue influence and financial exploitation. And of course, you all, Sherri Shepherd, no stranger to daytime. She, of course, a former host of The View. So the new show, Sherri, is going to start in the fall. But she said it best in the announcement.
A lot of you people reacted. Even Wendy Williams' brother reacted to the news, saying that Wendy has something in store and planned. A lot of people are still rumbling about, could Wendy Williams start her own YouTube page and her own mogul? Look at Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey been on Facebook Watch. So, you know how that how that goes. Who knows? She could probably do a podcast. She could do a exclusive internet show like for Facebook or YouTube. Who knows? The possibilities are endless. But Wendy Williams left a indelible mark in the world of daytime TV. Thank you all for watching this edition of Viral as we talk about Wendy Williams in her talk show after 14 seasons and being replaced by Sherri Shepherd. I've been your host, Kenny Dick, saying so long, and we'll see you next time for another edition of Viral.